Our next guests joining us via Zoom is another Armenian family who lives in California. They produce Lilar Wines, and their last name is actually same as mine, Gharibian. Gnel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome, and this is so great to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. So cheers, Stepan. Cheers, Anush.
Cheers. I chilled your white wine because I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it during the GiniFest last year, so that was the one that I wanted to open and start the conversation with that. So tell us, how did you start your winery? Where is the winery located, and what do you produce?
Well, I started to ferment my own wine since 2014. It started as a hobby, actually, in my backyard. I started to experiment. So the following year, I was driving to Lodi, the Lodi appellation south of Sacramento, and we're picking grapes with a friend. So that year, I bought a small crusher, destemmer, the press, glass carboys, everything you need to start your own small winery, right? And I got my hobby going. So the first batch we made was a Syrah from Lodi. And
how did you choose to do the Syrah? Did you love Syrah, or that's a grape of Lodi?
Yeah. Incentive is that I really do love Syrah for some reason, south of France. So it came out a decent wine. So I submitted my wine. At that time, I was like in the amateur business, home winemaker. So I submitted to international amateur wine competition, and I got a bronze medal for it, actually, here. I still got it.
Congratulations.
And so the results encouraged me to come up with my own brand name. So Lilar Wine was born, and it derives from my daughter's names, Lilith and Arpi. So I combined it. That's how it is, Lilar Wines.
I was going to ask you, where does the name come from?
Yeah, these are my daughter's names, and after long discussion, I decided to just name them Lilar Wines. So I got my internet site going. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. That's how it was born. As far as Anush, you asked me about location. I'm doing custom crush, which is pretty much common in California. In 2 words, basically I buy grapes and then I transport them to a contracted winery where the process starts. So it's called custom crush. A lot of winemakers use it in California, so that's how I'm doing.
And in Armenia too. There is a lot of brands that are coming from Armenia from the custom crush, and it's actually a very good source to use.
Yes. So that's how it was. That's like small history of mine. I produce both reds, whites, rosés, and I specifically lately love doing blends. Since I like to explore, I kind of mix all the blends together and something nice comes out of it.
Pretty much like cooking, you have to add a little bit of this ingredient, a little bit of that ingredient, and see how it turns out. A few times we focus the camera on the labels. Tell us about the labels. Who designed them and how did you come up with them?
Labels are, since I'm an artist by training, I decided just to expose my pieces of art on the labels. After much deliberation, I figured I just don't want to have a regular, standard, boring label. So I just came up with my artworks and I posted them on the labels, the artworks. And my friends encouraged to do it, so I think it came out nice.
I think it looks pretty cool. It's a conversation piece, absolutely. And of course, it piqued my interest when I looked at it, and it's a great story to share. So not only you make the wines, but you also design the labels. So
design the labels, exactly.
How many varietals do you produce, and how can our viewers purchase your wines?
They're on lilarwines.com, and also lately I introduced it to one of the Glendale markets. It just opened, Farm District. It's in Glendale. You can find all the set of my wines over there as well, or like I said, online.
All right, so it's easy enough. It's easy enough to find. And how many different varietals do you produce? I'm tasting the. I think I opened the Viognier.
Viognier, yeah.
I had to go with the Viognier. It's one of my favorites.
I usually produce 1 or 2 varieties per year. I'm not a great producer, so about 2 wines per year, just to be exact.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a lot of work already in it. Gnet, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't wait to have you again at the GiniFest. It was a pleasure meeting you last year. And like I said, maybe we are related. You know, we have the same last name. We need to talk about this.
I'm excited to be a part of the GiniFest, and I can't wait till I meet you guys at the actual GiniFest in October.
So do we. Thank you so much for joining, and have a good night.